Ukraine marked its fourth Christmas under full-scale war as Russian forces launched one of their largest drone attacks in weeks, striking civilian areas across the country. On Christmas Day, Russia fired more than 130 drones at Ukraine, according to local officials. Several of the attacks hit homes, markets, and basic infrastructure, killing and injuring civilians. In the northern city of Chernihiv, a Russian drone struck a 5-story residential building. The drone hit an apartment on the 3rd floor, triggering a fire and causing heavy damage. An 80-year-old woman was killed, and 8 other people were injured, at least 3 of them critically, emergency services said. At nearly the same time, Russian forces attacked central Kherson, hitting a busy city market around midday. A 47-year-old market worker was killed, and many stalls were destroyed, according to regional authorities. Additional attacks were reported overnight in Zaporizhia and Sumy, while earlier strikes on Christmas Eve killed at least 4 people and injured 35 others. Russian attacks also damaged energy infrastructure, causing power outages across the country during the holiday. Ukraine had supported a proposed Christmas truce suggested earlier this month by German Chancellor Friedrich Merz. Kyiv welcomed the idea, but Moscow rejected it, and the fighting continued. Cities like Chernihiv and Kherson remain especially vulnerable. Chernihiv lies close to the borders with Russia and Belarus and is frequently targeted by drones and missiles. Kherson, which was occupied by Russian forces for 8 months in 2022, sits directly across the Dnipro River from Russian positions and faces constant shelling, drone attacks, and glide bombs. As Russia intensified its attacks, Ukraine struck back. Ukrainian military officials said they used British-made Storm Shadow cruise missiles and domestically produced long-range drones to hit key Russian energy facilities. According to Ukraine's General Staff, Storm Shadow missiles struck the Novoshakhtinsk oil refinery in Russia's Rostov region. Officials reported multiple explosions and confirmed the target was hit. The refinery supplies diesel and jet fuel to Russian forces fighting in Ukraine. Ukraine's security service also said its drones hit oil storage tanks at the port of Temyuk in Russia's Krasnodar region, sparking large fires that covered thousands of square meters. Another drone strike targeted the Orenburg gas processing plant, the largest facility of its kind in the world, located about 1,400 kilometers from Ukraine's border. Ukrainian forces also reported hitting a Russian military airfield in Mykop, in southern Russia. Ukraine says its goal is to cut off Russia's oil revenues, a major source of funding for Moscow's war effort, while civilians on both sides remain caught in the conflict, even on Christmas Day. Russia says its forces are pressing forward across multiple fronts, and Moscow claims another settlement has fallen. According to the Russian Defense Ministry, units of the Yug group of forces have liberated Sviato-Pokrovskoye in the Donetsk People Republic, following what officials described as resolute actions on the battlefield. Newly released video from the ministry shows intense artillery and armored strikes across eastern and southern Ukraine. Grad multiple launch rocket systems are seen striking temporary deployment areas near Gulyai Pol in the Zaporizhia region. Heavy 2S4 Tulpan mortars target what Russia describes as deep concrete fortifications. Self-propelled M-S artillery is shown hitting ammunition depots and strongholds near Krasnoarmeysk. In separate footage, a T-72B3M tank crew is shown supporting an assault operation in the Kharkiv region. The ministry says the tank came under FPV drone attack and enemy artillery fire, yet continued firing, allowing Russian assault units to overrun an AFU stronghold.
We were moving out as part of an armored group, which consisted of a tank and an MTLB, and then another MTLB. Our mission was to conduct diversionary actions with the goal of drawing all enemy attention onto ourselves so that the assault groups could advance into the neighboring tree line with the least possible amount of enemy fire. The objective was successfully completed. Our fire team advanced and secured its position. We were under heavy fire from both enemy artillery and numerous drones. However, despite these intense attacks, the tank endured multiple drone strikes and the sustained impact of the adversary's artillery. Furthermore, FPV drones were actively engaged in targeting us as well. One drone specifically hit the grill, but the grill held up. The tank continued its combat mission. On the way back, 2 FPV drones were chasing us. One, due to EW impact, fell in front of the tank, and the second hit the grill again.
And so he didn't break through accordingly.
In its daily operational report, the Russian Defense Ministry claims gains across several axes. In the Sumy region, Moscow says Sever Group forces struck multiple Ukrainian brigades, reporting up to 265 Ukrainian casualties, along with destroyed artillery systems, vehicles, and Israeli-made radar equipment. In the Kharkiv direction, Russia reports additional strikes on mechanized and motorized infantry brigades. The Zapad group of forces, according to Moscow, improved positions along the front line, targeting formations near Kupiansk and other contested areas. In Donetsk, Russian officials claim continued pressure around Dmitrov, saying Ukrainian units there remain encircled and attempts to break through Russian lines have failed. The Vostok group of forces is reported to be advancing deeper into Ukrainian defensive positions in Zaporizhia and Dnipropetrovsk regions, including the destruction of a US-made Paladin self-propelled artillery system. Further south, the Dnieper group of forces is said to have struck Ukrainian units near Kherson and Zaporizhia, neutralizing vehicles, electronic warfare stations, and ammunition depots. Russia also claims widespread aerial and missile strikes on airfields, ports, drone production sites, energy facilities, and deployment areas, along with the interception of guided bombs, HIMARS rockets, and hundreds of drones. Moscow says that since the start of what it calls its special military operation, Ukrainian forces have suffered extensive losses across aircraft, armor, artillery, and unmanned systems. These claims could not be independently verified. But taken together, Russia's latest statements and video releases signal an effort to project momentum, firepower, and control as the war grinds on into another winter.